Hi, my name is Art. I teach Python. In my previous video, I showed you how you could write data into a text file. This time, I'm going to show you how you could read data from a text file. Now, we don't have a text file that we could read data from, so let's create one. So what I'm going to do, so that's my previous example, and what I'm going to do, I just copied some text from cnn.com and I'll just place it here. I'll just place it here and I'll just write the data into a text file. All right, so that's my text. Just copy that text and I will write the data phrase into my text file. Now that's my text file. I'm gonna update it. Now you see here we got a bunch of stuff, you see, and Hurricane Ian's center has emerged and blah 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 blah. So I want to get this text. Right, so if you want to read data from your text file, and again let me remind you that here you need to provide a path to the file. And by the way, if you're on Windows, please use this little R at the beginning of that path. All right, on Mac we don't need to do it, but in some cases you need to do it. So then you need to switch this to R or just leave it blank because R means read and that would be default value for reading stuff from the file. All right, then what? Also, if you're on Windows, you might need to do encoding. Encoding UTF-8. For Mac you don't need to do it. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that file and I'm going to read data from that file. All right. So now let me run this. Oops, UTF, I misspelled UTF-8. And now you see I'm getting that data. So this data comes as a plain vanilla string. You're not sure about it, let's do it together. I'm going to assign it to variable name data, and I'm going to use type on data, and that's a string. All right, now what's the deal with the string? So now that's a string, and now you could deal with that and you could manipulate that string. So for starters, maybe I want to get rid of all these Monday, 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 give me a call next Monday. Maybe I don't need it. So how would I do that? There are a bunch of options how you could do it. So first, you could just start all these characters and you could just slice it. All right, but maybe that's not what we want to do. So let me show you how you could use method split. So method split is a little bit confusing because method split comes from a string but always returns a list. So keep that in mind. And I noticed that Monday followed by this exclamation point. So what I could do, I could place here exclamation point. And now you see what I got here. Here I have a list. You see square brackets. That means it's a list. If you're not sure, run type here. And then it's split by all these exclamation points. And what I want to do, I want to take this part and get rid of that part. Since it's a list, lists could be sized. All right, cool. So how many give me a call do I have here? So it's pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so I want to start at here 9. So then I could say, all right, so 9 would be my start point. Remember, start, stop, step, and leave this blank because I want to get all of that. Oh, it didn't work. So 8. All right, so now you see we got that part. We got that part. Okay. And now what we have here, now we have one huge string within that list. And if you want to get this, you could also size it so that how many items we have here. I'm going to run len on that list. And maybe it's getting a little bit messy. So let me assign it to variable name a list. So you could see how that stuff works. And then I'm going to run this len. on a list, and you see I have just one item. So if there is one item, I could index it, right? And that's going to be my string. So let me call it string. All right, now suppose I want to go word by word. Okay, now how can I do that? So that's my string now, and I could use split again, and this time I could split and leave it blank, because now you'll see that this link and that link string was splitted. And what I'm going to do, I again will do it on the next line. So I'm going to call it like words, and then I'm going to do string dot split. So now words would be what? String. So words would be what? Would be a bunch of words, right? So you see. And now maybe you want to do something. Suppose you want to count there. How many times they use this there in this sentence? Now keep in mind that here we have there with the lowercase t and with the uppercase t. For us that would be the same. Now I could convert them to all to lowercase, but then convert them to lowercase, I need to do it at the time when that text was a string, so pretty much here. So then I could do lower, because remember list doesn't have that lower, and then I could actually create the counter, and suppose it's 0, and then I could do for W in words, and then I could do counter equal specific word, and if I find this word, it's not counter, I'm sorry, W obviously, W, so then I want to update this counter. And that's pretty much same setup we did before. So counter would be and we need to do this if. So counter would be 9. So apparently 9 times they use article there in that text. All right, but the main idea behind this exercise is that you could use open to read the data from a text file like this, and then data, when you apply method read, comes as a string. So then you could do whatever you like with a string, right? So you could split it, you could apply lower, upper, whatever. Then that's a string. All right, thank you.